Chapter 4.5, An Ill-Fated Captain. Deep within the belly of the HMS Ophelia, safe from wind and rain and the captain's hearing, 3 grizzled sailors sat talking in hushed voices. A leather-wrapped bottle of rum sat on the huge wooden spindle that served as a table. The rum was nearly gone, and the sailor's breath was rank with it.
Look, I'm not saying that, but it's not like we're here by our own picking. Other than a dog, none of us had a choice. I mean, if it hadn't been this, it'd have been prison.
Well, I'm starting to think prison might have been a better deal, judging by your eye, mongrel.
Don't call me that. The captain gave me that name when he took me eye. I don't want nothing he's giving.
It's better to call you mongrel than calling you mutineer. You'll be hung.
Bow. Ain't a sailor on this ship was here by choice, and ain't a one of them Lord of Captain Brussels. Besides, I'm not saying mutiny. I just think the captain would be a little kinder towards us, if he were a little afraid of us.
With this, Mongrel grabbed the bottle in his grimy fist and threw back the last of the rum.
Even the doc said he's dangerous. Doc's afraid with a ship like this, in the hands of a man like Brussels, bad things could happen. And bad things is already happening.
So what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna march myself straight into his cabin and give him a piece of me mind.
He already took a piece of your eye.
That's not bloody funny, Daniel.
And with that, Mongrel stood up and stormed out of the room, climbing a little ladder through a hole in the ceiling. He marched across the great cabin, past tables of nervously drinking sailors, or sailors on hammocks, staring fearfully at the ceiling. At the end of the cabin was a staircase. Up the stairs he went, throwing open the hatch to the deck. Rain fell dark and heavy, drenching the poor souls ordered to stand watch in the night. It also drenched Mongrel's bare shoulders, and the chill of it was sobering. This icy wave of sobriety stopped him at the doorway to the captain's cabin. He stared at the brass handle to the door. Then his eye hurt. It burned in his socket, and it oozed from under his improvised eye patch. He'd never see out of it again, and the thought of this kindled his rage. He threw open the door. Mongrel had never been in the captain's cabin. The room was opulent. Leather-riveted sofa, shiny brass railing, stained glass windows, a private bar, a canopied bed, and a massive red leather easy chair, in which slumped a dozing captain. Upon seeing the unconscious captain, Mongrel forgot all of his thoughts of mutiny. As a young boy, his father had suffered a stroke. Mongrel had come across him slouched in a chair, just as Captain Brussels was now. This pulled at the sailor's heartstrings, and he rushed to his captain's aid.
Captain, are you okay, sir? Can you wake up?
What is this?
The captain snapped awake, and with startling speed was on his feet, a loaded pistol in his hand pointed directly at Mongrel's head.
Captain, no, but wait, who the hell sleeps with a pistol?
The captain of a ship with a press-ganged crew. Do I look like a fool to you? You are a motley crew of criminals, of animals.
He paused. It rained.
What brings a heinous beast like yourself lurking in my cabin late at night? Mutiny? No, you're too much of a coward. Probably just stealing brandy.
But I don't even like brandy.
Nonetheless, it'll do the crew good to see an unforgiving captain. Maybe watching your dead body tossed into the sea will teach them a little discipline.
Captain Brussels then raised his pistol to fire, but as he did, Mongrel ducked and sprinted forward, shoving Brussels into the captain's chair, which toppled and set the two rolling across the floor. The captain slammed hard into the stained glass and the window shattered, filling the cabin with the sound of rain. His legs were now dangling out of the ship as he grabbed for anything to prevent him from falling. Mongrel grabbed for the captain's hands, but they were covered in the captain's blood, and so the captain slipped through his grasp into the black abyss.